Hello everyone and welcome to episode number 14 of our PWG Guerrilla Warfare series on TEW 2020. We are in late 2021 here as we move further away from the Battle of Los Angeles, which happened just 2 episodes ago. The last episode, if you didn't catch it, it's time for a show review. The World's Most Wanted, the team of Lee Moriarty and Calvin Tankman, defeated Airwolf and Angel Dorado. We saw Myron Reed pick up a win over Ben Carter. Chris Dickinson bounced back with a win against Tracy Williams. Dragon Lee, Flamita and Laredo Kid defeated Matt Silva, of course Buddy Murphy in WWE, and his teammates of the Velocities. Chris Hero beat Alex Hammerstone in Hammerstone's exceptional debut. The Machine Guns defeated Tony Deppen and Freddie I in non-title action. And Brody King won the PWG World Heavyweight Championship, defeating Bandito. There have been a couple picture pack name changes. I've just remembered that. I'll have to quickly address that right now. And of course we are back, ladies and gentlemen. It's time to run the show. We kick things off live from the Globe Theatre on IWTV with a bout that had decent wrestling but little heat. Top Flight get their first win here in PWG. They defeat the combination of Lee Moriarty and Tracy Williams in 11:42, with Moriarty being pinned by a 450 splash. Tracy Williams with a 57, Lee Moriarty with a 47, Dorado with 36 and Airwolf. I'm not gonna lie, I'm trying to get comfortable on my sofa and it's just not working. My legs are going numb, so it'll be a tough task to beat that in this episode. This was Top Flight's second match in the company. They defeated the World's Most Wanted back in episode 13, which was of course the last episode. Lee Moriarty is now 1-8 in PWG as well, getting a solid 47 rating there. A man who in real life recently won the IWTV Independent Wrestling Championship, a title that's held by Josh Alexander in the save. Since we've recently just joined their alliance, maybe that's something we can get in on. Tracy Williams is 0-1 in PWG. He lost last month to the Dirty Daddy Chris Dickinson, who is in action later tonight against Filthy Tom Lawler, another PWG debutant. A good start to show there with Airwolf outperforming Dorado by quite a lot there in interesting fashion. Next up, we have a singles contest as Fred Yehai goes back on a winning run. He was 6-0 until his recent loss to Brody King at BOLA 2021. He then lost in tag team action with Tony Deppen against the Motor City Machine Guns. Tonight he's back with a win against California's Willie Mack. He also was eliminated by Brody King in BOLA 2021 in the first round in what was Willie's return to PWG. He's back in the Globe Theatre tonight with a solid 56 there as Freddie I gets a 69 rating. The match gets a crowd hotter. Of course, Freddie I tapped out Willie Mack to the Koji clutch in just under 15 minutes as the rating of the segment is a 66. Willie Mack, someone that was heavily requested in the comments to return to PWG after BOLA, and that is something that he has done, although he is still looking for that first PWG singles win of his second run with the company. In big boy tag team action up next, Alexander Hammerstone makes his PWG return. He defeats Calvin Tankman, or he teams with Calvin Tankman, sorry, as they defeat Australia's Caveman Hug and Tommy Knight in 13:43, with Tankman pinning Tommy Knight. Tommy Knight gets a 36, making his American wrestling debut, although he was a member of the New Japan Pro Wrestling LA Dojo. He mainly competes in Adelaide with Wrestle Rampage and with Deathmatch Down Under in the Melbourne area of Australia in real life. Caveman Hug, of course, former PWA Heavyweight Champion. I can't get my words out tonight. And he is also the Intercommonwealth Champion in Melbourne City Wrestling at the time of recording. He gets a 53. He's been unable to build some momentum here in PWG in the save. Hammerstone gets a victory there. He's 1-1 in PWG, having lost in the last episode to the knockout artist Chris Hero. And of course, Calvin Tankman gets his second win in a row in tag action in PWG. Of course, he is 0-2 in PWG singles action, so maybe he's just better suited to tag team competition in this company. Some very good performances there. Tommy Knight not quite doing as well, although In this save, he is competing far less frequently than the other competitors. Up next, we have a 55, when about that had great wrestling and a decent reaction from the crowd. MLW's Myron Reed defeats ACH in 12:54 via pinfall. The match gets a 55, as does ACH, with Myron getting a 60. The crowd is now buzzing as a result of that contest. ACH recently coming off of a 4-fight win streak until he lost to Jonathan Gresham in the semi-finals of BOLA, who will of course challenge Brody King for the World Heavyweight Championship later tonight. Myron Reed is 3-1 in PWG, but is 0-2 against ACH. Both of those matches took place in AAW down in Chicago. Myron Reed finally beaten ACH. He's waited 3 years for that victory now. 3 whole years since their last encounter. That must have felt good for him, as Myron Reed picks up another victory, I believe beating Ben Carter on our last show. Next up, we have a 67 and huge hot tag team action in a bout that had superb wrestling but didn't have much heat. Strong BJ, the pairing of Daisuke Sekimoto and Yuji Okabayashi, they defeat Lucha Libre stars Flamita and Laredo Kid in 15:42, with Flamita falling victim to Daisuke Sekimoto's patented German suplex. Laredo Kid with a 57 stepping in for Bandito, who's out with chronic shoulder pain. Flamita with a 69 doing great. Yuji and Sekimoto's ratings both in the early 60s there. Both of those men getting excellent chemistry while teaming together and get a tag team specialist bonus. Flamita and Laredo Kid have teamed twice in PWG 2021. They have teamed twice in trios action, though this was their first 2v2 pairing, but they were defeated by the regular veteran tag team of Strong BJ. And Yuji Okabayashi in this save recently won the Big Japan Wrestling Deathmatch Heavyweight Championship last month, so fair play to him. He's coming off of a huge win 2 weeks ago, and he gets another win here tonight. Flamita did want to complain about the loss to Sekimoto, but he saw the angry beefy boy glaring and cracking his knuckles and said, you know what, maybe I'm not going to complain because I don't fancy having Daisuke Sekimoto absolutely batter me. Up next, we have singles competition. The Dirty Daddy Chris Dickinson versus Filthy Tom Lawler. And in a 65, and about that had great wrestling and a decent reaction from the crowd, the Dirty Daddy gets the win in 16 minutes, pinning Tom Lawler with the Liger Bomb. Dickinson's only 1v1 losses in PWG are to Chris Hero and Minoru Suzuki, 2 fantastic competitors, understandably losing to those 2 heavyweight veterans. Tom Lawler gets a 60, Dickinson with a 59. Lawler's MMA Badass gimmick gets an initial rating of great, and Tom Lawler did benefit from having a new move that he will have developed in either AIW or MLW in this save. Of course, another win for Chris Dickinson there. A man who's been very impressive in this save, but he's not quite able to get the huge wins when they matter. But he is building a lot of wins on the undercard of PWG events. We now move into the semi-final bout, which is of course championship action, as Australia's Velocities pairing of Jude London and Paris De Silva, who are 3-0 in straight tag team bouts in PWG. They challenge the Motor City Machine Guns in a first time ever bout. The Guns are 8-0 in PWG competition. You could argue that this is the past versus the future of junior heavyweight tag team competition. Who will stand tall in a 69 rated match in about that had superb wrestling and a decent reaction from the crowd? The Velocities end the tag team championship run of the Motor City Machine Guns in just 13 minutes and 4 seconds. Paris De Silva pins Chris Sabin with a vendetta to become World Tag Team Champion. Alex Shelley pulls an excellent 78, Sabin with a 57, Jude the Dude London with a 61, and Paris De Silva with a 64. The Velocities are one of the best junior heavyweight tag teams on the planet right now, in my opinion. A team that later this month will battle Aussie Open in a huge encounter in PWA Black Label live on Fight TV. A match so big that the entire show is named Aussie Open versus the Velocities. That's how big that is. Quite literally an Australasian tag team dream match. And in this tag team dream match tonight, however, the Velocities are victorious. A huge victory for those 2 men. Perhaps 2 of the youngest tag team champions in PWG history, let's not forget. A huge victory for them. The end of the Machine Guns tag team run here, at least as champions. Will they be back? Who knows? But now we move forward to the main event. Brody King, your new PWG World Heavyweight Champion, winning it last month against Bandito, who was of course the longest reigning PWG World Heavyweight Champion in history. Bandito, by the way, in real life, if he doesn't defend that championship in the next 2 months, I believe it is, he will be PWG's longest reigning World Heavyweight Champion without defending the championship once. What an incredible statistic that is. But if you want to know more statistics, here's one. In the last 22 months of PWG, only one man has beaten Brody King in a straight 1v1 contest. That man? Jonathan Gresham. Brody King stands at 12 wins and 1 defeat in singles one-on-one competition in the last 22 months. Jonathan Gresham is a blemish, a very rare one at that. Some might even call him an anomaly on the record of our World Heavyweight Champion. And if Jonathan Gresham fails to capture the gold in what is his 3rd or 4th attempt in the last 22 months, both he and his partner Jordan Grace shall depart the Globe Theatre, never to return. Can Jonathan Gresham defeat Brody King? Let's find out. As in a 72 rated bout that had superb wrestling and great heat, Brody King defeats John Gresham with a Gonzo Bomb in 24 minutes and 21 seconds to make his first defense of our World Heavyweight Champion. California's own Brody King gets a 59, Gresham with an incredible 70. As the show ends with a 71, we increase our popularity in 18 regions, thanks to our good friends over at IWTV. Who gets praise today? You know what? I can't even remember who deserves praise. Fred Yehai can have it, and you know what? Angel Dorado has very low popularity, but he really did earn that. I should have praised Alex Shelley. I think he earned that. But for the low rating that Angel Dorado has in popularity, he really did excel in that tag team opener. Will we see more of Angel Dorado and Airwolf in PWG's tag team ranks? I think we will. I think get a couple wins under their belt and a huge title match against the Velocities could be very fun. I'm not gonna lie, Eric Young with exceptional fundamental skills there. Fair play to him, the world-class maniac, of course. But yes, back to Pro Wrestling Guerrilla. Some interesting ratings here tonight. But even more interesting is the landscape of PWG. Fred Yehai getting another win. Chris Dickinson getting another win. Are they two of the future of this company? The Velocities getting a big tag title win. Are they our future? Myron Reed with another victory. But interestingly, Lee Moriarty with another loss. Jonathan Gresham departs. Chris Hero and Tony Deppen have been two of the core members of PWG in this save. Neither were anywhere to be seen here tonight. We've got some mail. Strong BJ have left PWG due to contract expiry. They were meant to lose to the Mexa Bloods, but of course they were victorious due to Bandito's injury. I felt like if we were with him replaced by Laredo Kid, it made sense for the veteran tag team to go over the two luchadors who have never teamed together. Myron Reed gets a new contract with a $50 per show pay rise. So fair play to him. Wow, New Japan drawn big there, 27,000 fans. Shall we see what happened in Power Struggle? Tomi Irishi with a huge victory over Tanahashi retains the IWGP Heavyweight title in a blessed timeline. This New Japan seems far better than the New Japan that we have in real life. Kota Ibushi beats Sonata. Kenta defeats Zack Sabre Jr. Rocky Romero defeats Bushi for the Junior Heavyweight title. Imagine that. And Crazy Chaos beat Burning Fury. Crazy Chaos is... what's the teams? Dragon Lee, An Amazing Red, Keno, and Kudo. I don't actually know who you are. Atsushi Kudo. This is a person who I, interestingly, have never heard of. Was he wrestling as Kudo in DDT in this save? If we scroll down here. Yeah, Kudo. That's his name. Well, kudos to him for getting a booking with New Japan Pro Wrestling there as I offend the continent of Asia with that pun. NXT TakeOver War Games happened. Adam Cole beat Keith Lee. There was no War Games on this show. But yeah, big up Keith Lee losing for the NXT Championship. Keith Lee, who's someone I'm having a lot of fun booking in an offline WWE save, which has no relevance to this episode, but I thought I'd say it anyways. Feedback for PWG's Untouchable event was awesome. I look to see you all very, very shortly for episode 15 of our Guerrilla Warfare series. What will the main event be? I don't know, because I don't have a fucking clue. Thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed, and I look forward to seeing you all very shortly for some more Guerrilla Warfare.